What is the role of the writer?
The role of a writer is to experience life and the universe and to interpret such experience and express it as best he can through the written word.
Can it change lives?
Yes, the first life definitely that is changed by poetry is that of the poet himself. But perhaps the readers reading the work, their lives may also be changed by such writing.
What effect, if any, does a writer produce in a society?
Anything, everything is possible with writing and reading.
Can you talk about beginnings? How did you begin writing poetry?
Well, the first poems that I wrote were, of course, in high school. Basically, sort of a means of growing up thing. But my really, what I would consider a real poem, came much later. Basically involving something tragic or something sad in my life.
So at this time, sir, you were writing those as just first, and then until it became your published works.
When I first wrote, I did not really intend or did not have primarily in mind to get published, but rather just to create.
Which is the best place for you when you write?
It depends on what I'm trying to write. Of course, the impulse to write can occur at any time. So depending on the situation, that is where I write if I feel like writing. But of course, when I'm deliberately sitting down to write, I would prefer more of a quieter place, wherever it is. But I can write anywhere.
So the best place when you write?
Where I can be reflective.
Which reason for becoming a writer do you like most?
I term it when I am trying to converse with the universe. So I really see my writing as a sort of conversation with the universe.
What is inspiration?
Inspiration, especially in writing, is something that moves me. Of course, the deeper it moves me, I think the stronger the inspiration. It doesn't even matter what the emotion, exact emotion is, but it's something that moves.
What are your usual subjects?
Relationships. Usually somebody trying to tell somebody something about what they are or who they are.
What is the language of poetry?
Image is the primary. I think that the primary language of poetry is image. I start writing when I have an image in mind. The image that I'm talking about may be visual or any image, or it could be a certain phrase or a certain word that struck me and moved me to write. That particular piece was caused by me looking at the sunset, and then I don't know, maybe it articulated itself in my imagination as being like an orange being peeled, an orange of light, or peeled by its own light.
How do you find the words to describe your poems and your stories?
I'm hoping that there's something that also moves people, moves the reader. So moving, or at least that's what I would like to do. When I say moving, not just emotionally, but hopefully also causes them to think about what I'm saying in the piece.